I'm thinking tonight of Dixie. That's where we first met, my dear. I recall the scene as yesterday, though it has been many a year. You were my sweetheart of the long ago. You're still my sweetheart, and I love you so. My Dixie sweetheart, girl of the long.
My name is Velma Dinkley, and I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever. This is my story, told my way.
She has no brain! Oh, I'm not dissing her. She has no brain!
And it starts with a murder.
Oh, when I see some things,
If I can't convince people I didn't kill Brenda, I'm going to be arrested.
Some way, somehow, it was a lot worse than I thought. Hey guys, long time no see. I actually recorded a video that's probably going to come out this weekend. I started off with that. I made a whole explanation. So, happy 2023. Yeah, and the reason why I've been away for so long, I had a work-related injury. I'm getting back. I'm getting better. It happened about a month ago. I'm still having some problems. I have to go to physical therapy pretty soon. But other than that, I'm glad to be back. There's more explanation you'll get later on in the weekend. But I want to jump right into this because this is a show that I saw the trailer for a few months ago. I heard the idea. It sounded a little weird, and it just sounded like the HBO Max was just trying to make the Harley Quinn show again, and they want to do it with Scooby-Doo characters. This is kind of it, but just remove all the talent, anything that's funny, or anything that's Scooby-Doo for that matter, and just remove all that, and you have this empty corporate piece of stuff. I'm going to try not to get too upset, but yeah, guys, this show, it's horrible. From top to bottom, it is a terrible piece of garbage. So first things first, this is supposed to be a comedy, I guess, and I laughed once. Between episode 1 and 2, at HBO Max, they released both episodes. I only laughed one time at a single joke. It was essentially that Fred confused Velma of being a Mexican. That was kind of it. And the thing that really annoys me about this show is that they keep calling themselves the Scooby-Doo characters, except Shaggy. I don't know why they keep calling him Norville. So this, okay, but let me go back. I'm gonna go from the beginning, the whole premise of the show. So this show is essentially like a complete remake prequel of Scooby-Doo as a whole, and it's all from Velma's perspective. So they're all in high school, and they kind of ish know each other, but not really. Velma knows Daphne and Shaggy. I'm not gonna call him whatever the hell. I don't even remember what his name is in the show. Velma, Daphne, and Shaggy all know each other. But Fred and Daphne know each other only. They date in high school or whatever. But like Velma doesn't know him and Shaggy doesn't know him. And he's like this overly rich, really stupid, childish character. It kind of doesn't really make any sense because he's like 17, 18, but he acts like a 2-year-old. I understand that's the joke, but it's not funny. And the saddest part is that it's Glenn Howerton, one of the funniest actors on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One of the show cannot be made without him. There was like, they teased that he was going to leave. It could not be made without him. He's like that good. And he's completely wasted in this show. He just acts childish and it's not funny. I think the most creative thing from the show is that they kind of explain why Fred dresses the way that he does, like why he still looks like he's from like the 60s. I actually thought that was a pretty cool thing. Other than that, he's just a spoiled asshole. His parents are too. And the voice acting for the father, it's fucking horrible. I have no idea what this man's saying half the time. It sounds like this. He literally sounds like... I literally watched both episodes this morning. I don't remember most of it. It's really that forgettable. Okay, let me continue with the characters. I'm all over the place because I don't know where to start. It's terrible from top to bottom. The other good thing, so I like that they explained his costume. One other thing that I kind of liked was like the colors of the animation, the character designs, they're not too bad. They're actually nice and pleasing to look at. But what I'm getting really sick of, and it seems to be like a Warner Brothers or like a DC thing, because I'm pretty sure this is the same studio that does Harley Quinn. They have this weird propensity to have really nice, bright, vivid colors, but everything, the entire environment looks like a shithole on purpose. Like, they have stupid things, like there are bras hung up in the women's bathroom, there's dirty used tampons on the floor. It's not funny, it's fucking gross. And like the first joke of the first episode is literally two cockroaches coming out of the trash and humping each other. It's like way more childish than the film Sausage Party. It's one of those movies or TV shows. Best way to exemplify it, I remember the Nostalgia Critic saying, I believe this is in his Cat in a Hat review, that when you try to become more adult, you just end up being more childish because you're not having more challenging themes or make you think about something. They make you think about the jokes. It's more that they just say fuck shit and they throw something and a character's legs get chopped off or there's blood squirting everywhere because someone got shot. And it just makes it way more childish. And 90% of the jokes are just pulp culture references. Every single joke literally falls flat on its face. The only good one was that Mexican joke. That was really it. Dude, I can't really think of anything. Oh, yeah, man, the characters, holy shit, they're terrible. Not a single one of them is likable. The only one that is probably likable is Shaggy. And Shaggy's always been the most likable in any, like, Scooby-Doo property. But in this one, he's just the generic friend that has a crush on Velma. And also, they do this thing with Velma and Daphne being gay together. It's this whole thing. And of course, it's woke as woke can possibly get. Oh, man, I'm surprised that a lot of people were upset that Shaggy and Velma were race swapped. And I think people couldn't tell that Daphne was too, because I looked up the voice actress and it's played by an Asian woman. And I looked at Daphne, I looked at her pretty close and I compared her to the white characters. She looked Asian. I don't think anyone really caught that because the show wants you to know she's an Asian woman. So she basically announces it in the first like 30 seconds of the show, or like the first like 5 minutes. And of course her parents are two lesbian cops that are in an interracial relationship that adopted her. And like one of her character arcs for the season or for the show is that she wants to know who her parents are and why her hair is buffalo winged red or buffalo colored. That's like one of the jokes in the second episode. Holy shit, that's like the level of writing that they do. Like I said earlier, 95% of the jokes are just current pop culture references, but the other like 5% is just making fun of white people incessantly. There was also one other joke that could have landed. It had to do with someone appearing as Hitler for like 2 seconds, but this show they have this terrible problem. They explain every single joke to you. It's one of those, it's like that person, like when they say a joke that's completely not funny, and when you don't laugh, they go, oh, hey, do you get it? Do you get it? Yeah, the punchline is that I said buffalo wings. Do you get it? Do you get it? That's the entire show. That's every single joke. I am not kidding. The thing that really is going to annoy people is that they could have easily just made a cartoon that basically had a character resemble Mindy Kaling and the characters resemble the actual actors. It just made something else. They knew they couldn't do that because the writing was just so horrendous that they had to use another property. Because not a single character acts like the original. Not one. The closest might be Shaggy, but they keep doing this joke that he's not a weed head. He's like anti-drugs, and it's just every single joke, it falls flat. They show one of them in a trailer.
Oh, but I also know how to find out who did kill Brenda. I think it has something to do with drugs, which I hate.
The thing that really annoys me and bothers me is that it's basically another Big Mouth when they also do this weird sexualization of people that are kind of age or underage. We don't really know how old they are. I don't know if they're seniors or whatever, I think, but the first thing they do is tell us that they're in high school, so they're technically all underage. In one of the first scenes is a bunch of females with their asses and tits showing, just covered in soap, all showering in the girls' locker room. And like the design didn't make any sense because the entire locker room was supposed to be, actually the entire town, it's like something Cove, Crystal Cove, and the entire area is a shithole. The bathrooms are fucking disgusting. But when they show the shower, it's all dreamy and clean and nice, so the designs don't even really are consistent between shot to shot. I know it's supposed to be dreamy because all the women were naked, but then they 2 seconds ago said they're all in high school, so I don't understand. It's just, oh man. I'm honestly just going on a rant. My room's getting hotter because I have my light and my computer going, so I have some notes that I took, and I had to find it. And there's also like an ongoing joke about Daphne's parents being horrible police officers. They're a married couple that are also police partners, but they're also partners in real life, and they're just horrible cops. And one of them's Wanda Sykes, which is extremely disappointing because she is a deranged leftist, but she's like one of my favorite parts of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think any episode with her in it is probably the funniest.
With Mary. Okay, Assy. And what is that shit all over you? What you been doing? Scrounging around looking for asses? All on the bleachers and say, oh, where's the ass?
This whole entire thing could have just been like they all met in college, and the humor and like the violence, it'd be more justifiable. But putting it in high school is just like, it just doesn't make any sense. I understand it's a prequel, but like you could just, you went in and you basically race change everybody and nobody acts like the original counterpart. So you might as well have just said, oh, hey, they all met in college. It's just, and they did this really weird design thing where they literally purposely go out of their way to make Shaggy look nothing like the original, but they like half-assed the race swap. They went in and made his mom black, but his dad's still white. But the dad looks like Shaggy from the original cartoon. I know that's supposed to be like some type of Easter egg, but it was like, fuck, why? Man, I have multiple friends and family members that are half black, and they're not as dark as this dude is. And his dad is like pure white. He's just white as white can be. And they still made him like my color. It makes absolutely no sense. There is absolutely nothing in the show. I can't really remember either one of the episodes. So like the entire premise of the show is that they're trying to find a murderer in the school, and there have been 2 women that had their brains completely removed out of their skulls, and like one was stuffed in a locker, and then one was put into a trash can, and Velma was framed for one of them, and then Fred was framed for another. And it's just, I didn't understand. It was really dumb. The mystery is really not that interesting because they basically, you could tell every single turn that it's going to take, and you're going to say it in your head, and it does it exactly. And they do this weird joke where they're talking about one of the girls that died, and they're like, oh my god, she was a massive slut and she really liked the song Pony, so they sang Pony at her funeral, and it was so painful to watch, man. And it's just, we never got to see the characters before they died. It's literally just female and a female body just stuffed in somewhere, and they fall out and they go, oh my god, Rebecca, she was a whore or whatever, and they make all these self-referential humor.
All our classmates are idiots, so let's assume they're high.
You know what 420 is, right?
Yeah, it's code for adults who still watch cartoons.
Velma also has these hallucinations, and the show tried to explain it, but it keeps trying to break the fourth wall because they're too fucking lazy to explain anything. They basically just go, oh yeah, like in the next episode, she has like the first episode, she's having hallucinations every like 5 minutes, but in the second episode, she doesn't have any until the end, and right before she has one, she just goes, oh yeah, Shaggy helped me get rid of him in the first episode, and that's literally a line of dialogue where they just literally just say, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Shaggy helped me or whatever in last episode, and it's just like, oh man. And like the only way to stop her from having hallucinations to have her laugh or whatever, and like they just say these jokes are just not. Oh man, everything falls right on his face. HBO Max, what the fuck is this? What is this? They have this coming out, and you think I'm gonna have any hype for The Last of Us? Bro, every time I see it, I'm just like, they have all the right aesthetics. Everything's there. The actor, he looks like Joel. Ellie looks absolutely nothing like her, but the aesthetics, I'm seeing like shots of like Boston, well, in the game, Boston and like Texas, like the different missions you would go on. Like, I remember that from playing that. I loved that game so much. I'm pretty sure, like I told my brother, they're going to show all those shots from the game, but the entire season is probably going to be Ellie and her girlfriend, the little black chick from the DLC from the first game. I tell you right now, that's probably going to be the entirety of the first season or the entirety of the entire show, and Joel's not going to be in it at all. He's going to be the side character. But hey, what do I know? It's like they always do the most predictable thing. Like in this, I just knew they're gonna do something with Velma and make her gay, and they also made Daphne gay at the same time. Spoilers, you're probably not gonna watch this. Oh man, it was just boring. It's so boring. The colors are kind of interesting to look at, but the entire town and the art design makes everything looks like a shithole. There are people standing in the background with fucking glazed over red eyes because they keep making like, oh yeah, all the teenagers show up to school high and stuff like that. It's like, oh, okay. This could have been something. It could have been something. They knew they had to. They just had to attach it to something we all knew and loved. It just, oh man, I can't. It's not. We never have anything like Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, if you did not know, it was originally supposed to be Resident Evil 4, but the game, it was way too different. They didn't like how it was turning out, so they spin it off and make it its own original IP. But it seems like they're doing the complete opposite. They take something that's really shitty, no one's gonna watch, no one's gonna buy, and they go and they pick something up. It's like, oh hey, what's the old IP haven't been used in years? Oh, use that IP, slap that name, change all the characters' names to known ones, and people will buy it. That's exactly what's going on today. This, if I were to give this a rating, it's a 0 out of 10 completely. 0 out of 5. 0. I don't even know how to give it a score. It's fucking horrible. Don't even watch it. Everything you get from the trailer, that's exactly how the show is. You basically watch it with a straight face and just absolutely nothing happens the entire time. But yeah, that's my rant. I've been literally yelling about this for nearly half an hour now. But yeah, guys, that is my thoughts. If you guys did see it, or if you guys do not agree with me, please link it below. I could be completely insane. I might be retarded or whatever. Just let me know down below. I want to know you guys' thoughts. Please, honestly, don't waste your time even watching it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.